The Crepes of Wrath is definitely one of my favourite Simpsons episodes from the first season. I'm not sure if I would consider it one of my favourite episodes overall, but certainly it's a very strong episode. This is the 11th episode, released in April 1990, directed by Wesley Archer and Milton Gray. And this one is all about Bart. And yes, we're 11 episodes into this show. I'd say half of the episodes are focused on Bart. It's not the most balanced, but obviously as the seasons go on it does become a bit more balanced. But this does not bother me at all in this episode because it's brilliant. Bart is basically sent away to France for 3 months, but he's actually very keen to go. And I'm surprised he was keen to go, but at the same time, Bart does like an adventure, so maybe it's not that surprising. And he goes there, and the Simpsons take in an exchange student in return. This Albanian boy who is basically the antithesis of Bart. He is meant to be very sweet, very, I guess, accommodating to everything the Simpsons need him to do. He's very willing to help. He's a very articulate young boy. It seems like the Simpsons have hit the jackpot with this kid. But not all is what it seems. And I won't say, just in case you haven't seen the episode, I won't say what is up with this exchange student. But I will say it works well, but it's pretty dramatic and it's pretty over the top. But it's pretty surprising and entertaining, and I think it works really well. But I'm actually more interested in the Bart side of things and the experience that he has while in France, which again I won't go into any real detail about. But I'll say it was surprising, but also, it was darker than I expected it to be. But I also think it's probably quite realistic. There are probably experiences like that. Maybe not so much today, where things are a lot more heavily regulated. But certainly maybe once upon a time with exchange students where you go and live in the house of a family in a foreign country. I think some people may have had experiences like this. Maybe not as dramatic, but I think it's probably going to hit a nerve with some people, which is a shame, and obviously a tragic thing that should never happen. But watching it's very entertaining but frustrating, and I think Bart's character development in this is brilliant. I love what happens to him over those 3 months. I love watching him kind of grow as a person and overcome these problems, and ultimately how he gets himself out of this situation I was really pleased with. I thought it worked really well. There's nothing about it that I kind of didn't like or would have personally done differently. Obviously, it doesn't actually change Bart as a person. As soon as this episode is over, he's back to his usual self. But I like it as an isolated episode. It's a really nice bit of character development. And I just thought Bart's performance was absolutely brilliant. The Crepes of Wrath is fantastic. It's quite different to the episodes that come before this. It's the first episode that's partly set in a foreign country and partly set in a foreign language. If you haven't seen it, don't worry. It's not like 50% set in French, but there is some French speaking, all of which is subtitled, thankfully, because I don't speak French. And I'm terrible with languages. I really enjoyed The Crepes of Wrath. Definitely one of my favourites from the season. Maybe one of my favourites overall, I'm not sure, but either way, I definitely enjoyed it.